Welcome back to the show, live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 here in San Francisco. All right, now we're going to bring in Chris Price. He's the Globe's Patriots beat writer. Talk more about this Patriots-Seahawks matchup. All right, Chris, I'm going to give you a bunch of questions here. We're going to frame it like this. The two starting quarterbacks, Drake May and Sam Darnold, who do you have more confidence in going into this game?
I have more confidence in Drake May, but I will say this. I have a broader sense of confidence in the Seattle offense as a whole. I know Drake May has had a bit of an underwhelming postseason, at least to this point, but I think he's still good enough to make this thing competitive. I like what he has around him, but I think from a confidence level, from an offensive perspective, from the whole angle, I like I like Sam Darnold more than Drake May, at least at this point.
Yeah, so this is a really tough one for me because I think normally in a vacuum, I would say I have a lot more confidence in Drake May. I think what we've seen in this playoffs is even when the passing game isn't working, and frankly all three games, the passing game was not particularly on point, but he can make plays with his feet. And so that's such an added dynamic. Drake May is a gamer. He's always been making plays here. But the shoulder injury, to me, kind of is a huge variable. On the other side, maybe this isn't fair, but I just can't get past Sam Darnold and the whole Jets experience. And frankly, last year with the Vikings, too. The Vikings moved on from Sam Darnold. They thought his ceiling was limited. They didn't think he could win a Super Bowl. Now, he's been terrific in this year's playoff run, but how is he going to react on the big stage? Super Bowl 60, obviously the brightest lights, Milton Williams chasing him down. Mm-hmm. So I think I ultimately have a little more confidence in Drake May, but that shoulder injury does complicate matters. All right, let's move on to the coaches now. Who do you have more confidence in, Mike Vrabel or Seahawks coach Mike Macdonald?
Mike Vrabel. This is a guy who's been here before as a player. He knows a lot of the logistical things that you need to go through in a situation like this, in a big game like this, on a big stage like this. Mike Macdonald has, I'm not completely dismissing him here, but when you consider a guy like Vrabel who has the body of experience that he has as a player going into a situation like this, I give the advantage to Mike Vrabel.
I mean, there's no question that Vrabel's a master of situational football, and I think he's going to be at his best motivational-wise this week as the Patriots are underdogs. No one's really talking about them. Everyone's picking the Seahawks. I think that plays well into Vrabel's hands. I kind of put it as a wash. I think Mike Macdonald is an excellent young coach. He got the Seahawks. Last year, they just missed the playoffs at 9-8, but you could see the turnaround, and now this year, they're in the Super Bowl. They've got they're excellent across the board, offense and defense, a tough team. They've coming into this game having won 9 in a row. I don't see many kinks in Mike Macdonald's game right now, so I put the coaching as kind of a wash. I think both teams have excellent coaches. Let me ask you this now. The defense, both teams, Seahawks are number 1 in points allowed. Patriots are number 4, I want to say. Whose defense do you have more confidence in?
New England. I'll say this. New England's defense is playing at an absolutely elite level at this point. And look, honestly, it's really 1 and 1A when you consider these two defenses. This is going to be a very low-scoring game. I don't think this is going to be a shootout. I think guys like Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, Kairos Tonga, they've really taken that group to the next level. I'll say this. The Patriots have not lost a game this year when they've had Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, and Christian Gonzalez in the lineup at the same time. And so you have all those three guys coming into this game. They're completely healthy. That's a good-looking group. I give the advantage to New England.
Yes, I lean the other way. I give a little bit more defensive advantage to the Seahawks. That's a unit that flies around. I hate to say the Patriots defense did it with smoke and mirrors, but I thought the weather played such a big factor in all three of these postseason games. I think it's a very good defense. I just don't know if the Patriots are a dominant defense. Robert Spillane's ankle injury, to me, is a really important one that we've got to watch. Is he going to be close to 100%? So, the Seahawks' number 1 scoring defense for the year, and frankly, they played a more difficult schedule than the Patriots, too. They played all those NFC West teams multiple times, so I probably give the defensive edge to the Seahawks, but two excellent teams on that side of the ball, obviously. Let's go to special teams. Do you think either team has an edge in that area right now?
No, I'll say that. I think that Marcus Jones is a game changer, and I think Marcus Jones has the capability to be one of those under-the-radar possibilities for Super Bowl MVP, given his track record and given what he's accomplished over the course of this year. But I think this is pretty much a wash when you look at these two teams. So it's going to be interesting. I think whoever ends up winning this thing is going to make one of those fluky plays, one of those weird special teams plays blocked a punt, blocked a kick, they run something back. I think that has a very real potential to play a role in this game, but I think ultimately when you stack up one team against another, it's a watch.
Yeah, both teams, I think special teams is going to be such a huge part of this game. Both teams have electric returners. We all know about Marcus Jones on the Patriots, but Rashid Shaheed for the Seahawks, to me, was, I think, the best move any team made throughout the season, trade deadline or not. He's been unbelievable as a speed threat, punt return, kickoff returns. The Patriots have to be on high alert there for Rashid Shaheed. All right, we have about 45 seconds left. Tell me, Chris, at what point during the Super Bowl run or during the season did you actually think that this team could actually get to the Super Bowl?
The first Buffalo game. I thought the first Buffalo game was a great instance of, hey, we really got something here. I talked to Elliott Wolf in the Patriots locker room after the AFC Championship game, and that was one of the things that he told me, that it wasn't just a situation where they ended up winning the game, but they had guys who were on the roster in previous years waiting to stand around to kind of try to figure out how to make a play. That's when guys got proactive, and that really, for me, was when the switch was flipped and this team turned into something special.
Yeah, Buffalo is definitely when they started believing, and I bet the Patriots fans did